Elon Musk is in a Twitter beef with a former employee, a former man of the year, apparently. Elon's trending on Twitter for this. Dear Elon Musk, 9 days ago, the access to my work computer was cut along with about 200 other Twitter employees. However, your head of HR is not able to confirm if I am an employee or not. You've not answered my emails. Maybe if enough people retweet, you'll answer me here. 5.6 million impressions, 6,000 retweets, 25,000 hearts or likes or whatever they call them nowadays. Elon, what work have you been doing? I would need to break confidentiality to answer this question here. If you have your lawyers share in writing that I can do that, then I'd be happy to discuss that openly. It's approved. You go ahead. That's what he said. Holly, this guy, says, among others, I led the effort to save about $500,000 on one software as a service contract, supported closing down many others, led prioritization of design projects across the company to make sure we were able to deliver with a small team. Sounds like a valuable asset. Holly, led design crits to help level up design across the company, was hiring manager for all design roles, worked on efforts to steer the company away from focusing on power users and onto younger users because our user base is aging. Now, from first glance, sounds okay. But also, if we dive deeper on some of these, what does this mean? Now, Elon says, level up from what design to what? Pix or it didn't happen. This man's trolling. We haven't hired design roles in 4 months. Yikes. So one of his things was hiring managers for all design roles. What changes did you make to help with the youth? It's kind of like an ambiguous, I made changes to help the company, right? So that's been going back and forth. Now they're trending because Elon then goes on to say, okay, following the long thread back and forth replies on Twitter is a bit complicated, so let me give you highlights. After no straight answers on my employment status for 9 days, I asked Elon Musk to tell me if I had been laid off. He sort of replied. He asked what I'd been working on. When I told him, he laughed, which to be fair, I get I'm quite funny. Then all of a sudden, Twitter head of HR, who had previously twice been unable to tell me if I had a job or not, emailed and said I was no longer employed. He was fired, which is totally okay, and it happens all the time. Companies let people go, and that's within their rights. They usually tell people about it, but that's seemingly the optional part at Twitter now. But okay, fair enough. I've been laid off, and I'm okay with that. Next up, though, is finding out if Twitter will pay me what they owe me per my contract. It's an interesting thought. So here it is. I'm not going to lie, this is the most entertaining exit interview I've ever witnessed, and then it's the screenshots of the part we just read. Elon says, the reality is this guy who was independently wealthy did no actual work, claimed his excuse that he had a disability that prevented him from typing, yet was simultaneously tweeting up a storm. Can't say I have a lot of respect for that. Yikes. Elon then says, but was he fired? No, you can't fire someone for working if they weren't working in the first place. So that's a bold claim. Now that is a very, very bold claim. Now go on to find out he's an award-winning designer whose company was acquired by Twitter. So that's how he came about Twitter in the first place. Holly was born with muscular dystrophy. Elon said he has some sort of disability that causes him to not type. It's like, I mean, he definitely has a disability. I mean, he's passing that. That's a very visible one too. That's not invisible disability. This is that's very visible. Holly was born with muscular dystrophy in a working class family. He chose a higher tax rate for the sale to pay back into the Icelandic social system. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to pretend like that is social work. Today, Elon Musk publicly mocked and fired him. Okay, following the thread back and forth. Yeah, so then there's this sort of Person of the Year award that this man has won. So it's not a good look to fire the Person of the Year award and then also say that this man isn't disabled when he clearly is. Now, who knows if this man's actually working crazy hard? It doesn't really seem like anyone at Twitter is. But Hey man, it happens. It seems like that's the ebbs and flows of Twitter these days. But yeah, this man is just handling all his HR business on the front end for everyone to see. It's not necessarily the best look for Elon, in my opinion. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Subscribe if you want to see more, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I will see you